The Bible's most dangerous woman was not Mary, and the church has been hiding her. What if I told you there's a woman in the Bible, a widow alone with no army, no weapons, no political power, who walked into the enemy's camp, sat down at his table, ate his food, drank his wine, and left with his head in a bag? She is not Eve. She is not Mary. She is not Esther or Ruth or Deborah. She is Judith, and the church has been remarkably quiet about her for a very long time. Welcome to Story Class Africa, where we find the women history forgot and give them back their voices. If you're watching this on this day, this one was made specifically for you. The year is somewhere around the 6th century before Christ. The city of Bethulia is surrounded. General Holofernes, commander of the Assyrian army, the most feared military force on earth, has cut off the water supply. The city is dying of thirst. The male leaders of the city have gathered to make a decision. Their conclusion: if God does not rescue us within 5 days, we surrender. 5 days. That was all that stood between an entire people and total destruction. And then a widow stood up. Among the crowd of bowed heads, one figure rises, straight-backed, calm in a room full of panic. A woman, alone. Every eye turns toward her. Her name was Judith. Her husband had died of heat stroke during the harvest. She had been in mourning for years. She owned nothing but her faith and her courage. And she looked at the leaders of her city and said, "What you are doing is wrong. Do not put God to the test. I will do something, and within the days you have given, it will be done." Nobody asked her what she meant. She didn't tell them. She went home. She took off her widow's clothes. She bathed. She dressed. She put on her finest jewelry. She packed a bag of food and wine, and she walked out of the city gates, alone, straight into the enemy camp. Inside the enemy camp, Judith walking through the enemy camp, soldiers stopping to stare. Her beauty is armor. Her calm is a weapon. The soldiers who found her were immediately captivated. She told them she was fleeing her people, that she had information that would help Holofernes destroy Bethulia without losing a man. They brought her straight to the general. Holofernes was powerful, brutal, and accustomed to getting everything he wanted. He looked at Judith and wanted her immediately. But Judith was patient. For 3 days she ate with him, spoke with him, let him believe he was in control of every moment. On the 4th night, Holofernes threw a banquet. He drank more than he had ever drunk in his entire life. When the last servant left the tent, Judith stood up. She took his own sword from the post beside his bed. She prayed. 2 words, the text tells us. Just 2 words. Give me strength. The morning after, she walked back through the gates of Bethulia before sunrise. When the city saw what she carried, the response was not just relief. It was awe, because a widow, alone, unarmed, with nothing but courage and conviction, had done what an entire army could. Here is what I want you to take from Judith's story today. She was not a queen. She was not a general. She was not young, or politically connected, or protected by anyone powerful. She was a widow in mourning who looked at an impossible situation and decided that her comfort was less important than her calling. The book of Judith asks us a question that has no easy answer. What are you willing to give to gain something greater than yourself? Maybe for you, it is not a sword and an enemy general. Maybe it is a conversation you have been avoiding, a dream you've been too afraid to chase, a truth you have been too tired to tell. Maybe your Holofernes is not a man. Maybe it is fear. Maybe it is silence. Maybe it is the voice inside you that keeps saying, "Who are you to do this?" Judith's answer to that voice was simple. She prayed 2 words, picked up the sword, and walked forward anyway. Give to gain. IWD 2026. What are you willing to give? Judith was not alone in history. Deborah commanded armies when no man would step forward. Esther walked into the king's court uninvited, knowing it could mean death, and said, "If I perish, I perish." 3 women, 3 impossible moments. 3 times the same choice was made. Give everything, gain everything. Their stories are not ancient history. They are instruction. They are invitation. They're looking at you right now and asking, what is your moment? Happy International Women's Day. To every woman watching this, you are not too small, too quiet, too late, or too alone. Judith was all of those things, and she changed history anyway. Today I want to ask you one question in the comments below. Who is the woman in your life, living or gone, who embodies the spirit of Judith? The one who gave everything to gain something greater than herself. Name her. Tell us her story. She deserves to be seen. If this video moved you, share today of all days. Because every woman who watches this is one story away from remembering exactly who she is. Subscribe for more stories like this. Stories of women history forgot that the world desperately needs to remember. This is Story Class Africa, and we're just getting started.